All right, what up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I am Barbara, and this is Starting from the Bottom. And on my channel, Starting from the Bottom, I create videos about my experience as I recreate myself as a temple worthy to serve the Lord. So yeah, I basically make videos about my experiences, and I'm doing this in hopes that we can come together as a community, put our experiences, tips, tricks, advice together, and help the process of other people in being on their spiritual path and getting a relationship with God. So my videos are basically to create a community of tips and tricks. So if you have some type of tip or trick, put it down in the comments below. If what I say sparks some type of memories, it sparks an experience that you have experienced, put it down in the comments below. You never know who you are helping, okay? But today we're going to be talking about choices. God has shown me that we all have the choice to either listen, be, and hold His commandments, or we have the choice to be anything that we want to be. And He's really been focusing in on choices for this last couple of weeks. He's been forcing me to view everything in my life as a outcome to the choices that I have made. And in this, He has allowed me to explore my free will and learn lessons from doing it. So He's been showing me examples about how He can't force anyone to love Him and to come to Him. It has to be a choice, because if you force somebody to do it, it's not out of free will, it's out of obligation. So God has let me go on astray for a long time, but God has always been with me. As a child, none of my family members chose God. None of my family members were religious or went to church, but I went. God chose me. God picked me. He provided a way for me to get to church. I was riding public buses and carpooling with strangers to go to churches far away from my home with no parental supervision in any type of way. But God found a way to find me as a child. God found a way to make a way for our relationship as a child. And when I grew up, that choice to do those things was in my hands. As a child, I picked it, but as an adult, I chose to go astray. And because I went astray, my life has become what it was. And if you go look at the videos previously, you know all about my life, right? But because I went astray, my life became what it was. And it took a long time for me to realize that those are the sum of my choices. And I thought I knew better than what God wanted for me, because I just wanted to see, right? I just wanted to have that free will. He gave it to me. Boom. I found out that it wasn't sunshine and daisies. You feel me? I found out that what I wanted was not what God wanted for me. It wasn't the best plan for me, but I was never going to figure that out until I experienced it. And now that I have, I can tell you today that I refuse to make any move that isn't confirmed by God. I am in the season of waiting on confirmation, on divine urges and pushes for things to get me to move, so that I know that this is what He wants me to do, because I refuse to make another choice that isn't of God's will, because I know that is only short term. All choices outside of God's will lead in destruction or short term outcomes. And I want everything long term. I want what God wants for me, because I realized when you fight against God's will, it only gets worse for you. So I'm going to give you examples on this. Have you ever found yourself in a place where you're getting rejected from your job, you get laid off, your finances are messed up? It seems like you have no other option but to keep doing the same thing that you used to do just to survive. These are examples of the pressure that God puts you under when you are choosing free will, right? So I'm just going to personalize it. I have been uncomfortable with my circumstances because I want more. And to get more, I have to do things that I don't want to do. So instead of doing it, I stay comfortable in my situation, knowing that that is not God's will, Because if it was his will, I would be comfortable. I wouldn't feel the need to move. Everything would be taken care of, right? God takes care of his children. So if you feel that you are not being taken care of, it's because you're being pressured to make a choice so he could take care of you better, right? So I've been pressured to elevate my situation in some type of way, and I don't know if I want to go to school or get a second job. So I've been waiting to move. I've been waiting for confirmation, and God has been showing me, although I'm waiting for, confirmation, that it probably won't come, and that my situation will get more and more uncomfortable until I make a move. And the move that I'm being told to make is out of the sum of how I feel emotionally about the things that I want to do. Okay, so I know I can either go to school or get a second job. There's things about getting a second job that I don't want to do, and there's things about going to school that I don't want to do. So I've been procrastinating on which choice to make because I want to make the right one. I want to know which one God will tell me to do because I want it to be long term and I don't want to mess up. Right. But every day my situation makes me more and more anxious to make a choice. And this has been shown to me that this is what divine pressure looks like. This is what God forcing me to make a choice looks like. He is making it more uncomfortable for me not to make a choice so that I am forced to make a choice. And I'm here today to tell you that some of you are surviving in your circumstances. Some of you are putting head over heart and ignoring your emotions and becoming emotionally numb to your circumstances because you think that you just have to tolerate it in order to survive. But I'm here today to tell you that sometimes that pressure is not to make you tolerate something, it's to get you to move. And that you would only find out if it's what God wants you to do if you try it. And this is what he's been showing me, that he can't give me the answer to all the questions that I have. He can give me parables, he can give me intuitive messages, but he cannot tell me something 100% that is going to work out because that takes away the choice. If I knew 100% that going to school would work out, it wouldn't be a choice. It'd be something I know I have to do because it's going to work, right? But the choice comes in doing something that I don't know will work out or not. Because if he told me, I wouldn't have the choice to make. And this is what God has been showing me, that this pressure is not for me to stand still and to keep praying, but it's to push me to go try and see. So he's going to continue to mess up relationships in my life. He's going to continue to lower my payments. He's going to continue to put pressure on me until I stop standing still and realize that the choice comes with mystery. The mystery is gone if you know it will work out for you. You don't have to have faith. You don't have to make choices. You feel me? This is like a forced upon you circumstance. If God was to tell you that this is the path you're supposed to go. So I was called in the spirit to make this video, although I am rambling and I'm not sure that I got the point across that I was trying to. I want to make this video as testimony because this is what I'm experiencing, and I know there's someone out there experiencing this as well. No matter what you do to make yourself comfortable in the situation that is getting harder and harder to deal with, God is not going to tell you definitely what choice to make. He's going to give you intuitive urges and nudges and then apply pressure until you try one. And the thing about our God is that he is just waiting for us to put action in some type of direction, to take that action and to make it into something else. And this is what he's been showing to me, that I will have no movement until I take a leap of faith. And even if I take a leap of faith in something that is not meant for me, he can show me through that leap of faith what is. And this is how he answers your questions. This is how he gives you confirmation. So don't be afraid to take a risk. Don't be too afraid of your circumstances to risk taking making a choice that could either break you or make you. Don't wait around for divine confirmation, because if he tells you yes or no, it will no longer be a choice. You have to walk in faith, and in walking in faith, you know that all things are being made for your greater good. So this is me ministering to myself and you as well, and taking that leap of faith. No longer will you be comfortable with surviving in your circumstances. No longer will you continue to ignore the divine. No longer will you wait on the voice. You have to take action so that he can take action as well. Okay? Put out in the comments if you know what I'm talking about, if you are experiencing the same things that I am, if this video hit you in the way that it was supposed to. Please let me know in the comments. That does a couple things for me. It lets me know that my rambling, actually got a point across, and it helps bring traffic to my channel. So help me as I try to help you. Show your girl some love. And you already know that I'm very grateful and thankful for everybody who watches this video, and I hope that it helps. Peace.